afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are joining us from, you are welcome to another great episode of the Diaspora Global Panel. With me today, I have Jude Unwa-Okolo from Dublin and Tony Eze from the United States. I am Olakunle Lemboye joining you from Canada. Today we have a series of interesting news for you, and we will be talking about the major events that happened in Nigeria the last week, and that is also currently happening. Before we start, let's just commiserate with the Nigerians that had major events in their lives yesterday. In fact, the early hours of this morning in Nigeria, the early hours of today in Nigeria. We have Anthony Joshua from Shagamu, Ogun State, the former world heavyweight champion who lost his rematch with Usyk, the Ukrainian boxer, who defeated him, through a split decision in the kingdom. I think he fought in Saudi Arabia. We just want to tell him to keep his head up. He's a great boxer. I am sure that will be a turnaround for him. Also, the UFC, the former UFC welterweight champion, Kamaru Usman, who is from Auchi, he lost in a sensational fashion yesterday. I was the bout live, and he lost to Leon Edwards of the UK. Kamaru Usman had the fight in the bag. He had the first round, the second round, the third round, the fifth round. Then 2 minutes to the end of the bout, there was a serious overhead kick from Leon Edwards, and that was it. Kamaru was knocked out. We just want to tell him, he's our son, the son of the soil. Do not worry, Kamaru Usman. You will come back in a very sensational fashion. Over to you, Jude and Tony. Just what do you have to say about the losses?
Please, can somebody turn off some noise, background noise there? I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, just go ahead, please.
Background noise, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think our audience, they should not be surprised. The fall of a man sometimes it's just for you to prepare and rise again. And on the lighter side, the female soccer team, the under-20, they are doing very well. They are going for their quarterfinal. This team have a lot of hope. So I think that should be a cheering news to Nigerians. But for athletes who lost, he who fights and runs away live to fight another day. There are better features, and they should be very, very happy with themselves, because there are people who look up to them. The youth of Nigeria look up to them. They should not let them down. They should prepare and go back next time for victory.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. Yes, the national under-20 female team, the Falconets, they are having their quarterfinals today against Netherlands under-20 team, and it's happening, I think, in Mexico. We just want to say good luck to them, that they end up triumphing in the epic bout. Yes, Jude, do you have any comments you want to give, or we should just move on?
I just telling Anthony Joshua and Kamaru, losing is part of the game. They should bounce back. They should just go back, look at the force, and come back again.
Yeah.
Nigerians are never losers. We are always, we rise and fall. We fall and we rise, and it doesn't matter. We Nigerians are not there for hard things. So go for it again, and we are behind you. Don't worry about it. It's part of the game.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Yes, the Buhari government makes U-turn, awards Tompolo multi-billion naira pipeline projects. And as we all know, you see, when this, Tompolo, I think, and Ashari Dokumbo, they actually had this contract running during the Jonathan's era. But when Buhari came in, he suspended, immediately suspended this security pipeline contract. And now, at the tail end of his tenure, he is now reinstating the contract. I won't go into too much details. I want to leave it to you guys. Tony, over to you. What do you think about this?
Great question and explanation. Nigeria is a special country where things happen and nobody questions. This is a contract that has been existing before this current administration. And then at the end of the day, they suspended this contract. Why was this contract suspended? And why is it at the tail end when the president decide at this time to re-award this contract, knowing fully well that he's on his way out? Nigeria has a lot of questions about this issue. And in a civilized world, this kind of contract are never awarded to an individual. We have the Nigerian Navy. We have all the security outfits to combat this kind of mayhem by those who have been looting or bunkering our oil. Now we are giving it to a private individual. What is the background of this guy to be able to live up to expectation? This job should have been given to the right security outfit. We have enough of them. Now, but what this thing kind of shows again is that the current government probably had a hidden agenda. They have allowed their peers to mess up with our oil. Now, on their way out, they want to play smart as if they were not aware. Currently, Nigeria cannot meet its OPEC quotation. No thanks to the Ukrainian war with Russia. A lot of OPEC members have been given additional quota to make up. They are smiling to the bank. In our own case, we cannot even meet up the quota because of this constant bunkering. And now, instead of to direct the government parastatals and security outfit to take care of this, we are giving a monthly contract of over 4 billion to an
4
individual.
Billion naira. 4 billion naira monthly.
4 billion naira monthly in a country where the value of a naira is nosediving, and we are still sharing money with those who belong to our quarters. It's a sad news that government appear not to be listening to the cry of Nigerians who cannot put food on the table, and they are giving an individual 40 billion. That means at the end of 12 months, do the math. This is not what we expect from a government who knew that they are not performing, and it appears they are not learning any lesson from what they are doing.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yes, Tony, you actually kind of opened a kind of worm there. But I know that you subtly did it. You subtly did it. But let me just give our viewers just a rundown. You see, this guy belonged to the militant. He was a former militant. You see, commander of the defunct movement for emancipation of the Niger Delta men. No, with Ashari Tompolo. They got the contract billions, and they became rich overnight. You see, from fighting the government to becoming legal contractors to the government. Okay, the contract runs into billions. We know Ashari Tokumbo cashed out. I think everybody knows he has a university in Togo, a private university in Togo, or the Republic of Benin. I've forgotten which one is it. And then Nigerian students go to that university. He cashed out from Nigeria, shifted base to our neighboring country, and then the guy is living a sumptuous life. Now with this guy, I remember when Jonathan had this contract with these people, Buhari and his court condemned Jonathan. That was why immediately he got in, he just suspended it. Now, fast forward 7.5 years, you now restored the contract. It begs a lot of questions. What is happening? What happened? Jude, can you dive deep into this and give us your opinion of the situation?
Thank you, Dr. Kule. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has held Nigeria in ransom because he's protected, he's under immunity. Apparently, he is the petroleum minister. The petroleum minister is not under immunity. He has a case to answer as a petroleum minister. For 7.5 years, they have been bunkering millions of barrels missing from Nigerian soil. Example is the one we found out in Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah.
Arrest in Equatorial Guinea after what we saw is all over the papers. And therefore, in the 7.5 years, how many crude oil has gone missing?
Has gone, and thank you. Because let me just delve in there. I'm very sorry because this thing is really gingering me. I have to be honest with you. Because you just make a passing comment about the Equatorial Guinea theft. Okay, the Nigerian Navy, realized, I think through their surveillance, realized that there was this ship, you see, ferrying crude oil worth over $300 million out of Nigeria, and they had already reached Equatorial Guinea. Then signals were sent and whatever. The ship was stopped. They were arrested, and ongoing investigation, you see, revealed that the crude oil is from bunkering. Okay, this is happening right now as we speak. The ship is in Equatorial. It's not a news that happened or an event that happened 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It happened just now. I think 2 days ago or even yesterday. Okay, Jude, can you go on, please? Yeah. I'm very sorry for jumping in, but I think our viewers need to actually understand the context of where you are coming from.
Thank you for giving us the content. That was quite good of you. Now, $300 million dollars worth of crude oil for one ship in a week, in a day. This is what we're talking about here. For the past 7.5 years, how many ships have left the shore? The petroleum minister have a case to answer. I'm not talking about the president. I'm talking about the petroleum minister. He is submissive to Nigerian people. The House of Rep, the House of the bigger house, senators, whatever, they have to come into this, and we have to go to the bottom route. But let me sing now here that we have taken our country as a puppet. We're talking about money. Money. Our universities are closed down. Also strike everywhere. NEPA is not being paid, and this our money going out. In fact, two ships alone of crude oil can solve the problem of paying salary in Nigeria. Why are we so blunt? Why are we so daft? Why is Nigeria so irritable? We are having money, but we don't have money. We have the cash, but we don't have the cash. Just because one person who has taken an office for 7.5 years is not showing us what is happening. It's hidden. It's under hidden agenda. We don't know what is happening to that industry. We don't know what's happening to the petroleum ministry. We don't know how much petroleum is being, crude oil is being siphoned every day. We don't have a record because of one person who called himself president of Nigeria and who has made himself petroleum minister. It's a shame that we all of 200 millions are not talking about this. What is wrong with us? How do we improve? People are thinking that Obi will come in and saying Obi want to come in. Obi cannot do miracle. You are expecting Obi to do miracle in 4 years. You are wasting your time. You have to fix the bottom root of the problem. Jonathan had somebody in place to check bunkering, and he came and removed that person. 7.5 years, he brought that person back. What a shame on him. We are Nigerians. The country belongs to all of us. We have right of speech. If people cannot speak in Nigeria, we will speak in diaspora, whether you like it or not. Whoever call himself, whatever position you occupy, we are watchdog of that country. We are going to raise our voice and tell you that you are doing the wrong thing. People are dying in Nigeria, no food to eat, and God has given us the money. We have the money, we have the thing. Just do it. And you just there giving us. I mean,
Jude, just hold it. I know that we are all frustrated. I am. I have to be honest. Tony, Jude mentioned the fact that, you see, the $300 million, that is the value of the crude oil, you see, on this ship, the ship seized in Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah.
Jude said that, you know, the electricity workers are on strike and that the money could have actually gone, you know, to resolve the issues with the electricity workers. And also we know that the senior staff, okay, the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, I mean SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Education and other associated institutions, you know, they were on strike. I mean, SANU and I think NASU, they went on strike for 5 months.
Yeah.
And the strike, they just called it off. You know, they said that the government has agreed to pay them the 50 billion naira in earned allowances. So it's like, let's just say this the way as it is. We have, and Jude said that maybe the $200 million every day, it could be, I mean, we could be losing it every day. Maybe they are like filling up illegal vessels, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 every day, and they are ferrying it overseas. Okay, it turns a lot of money could have been saved that could have actually gone to cushion the effect, you say, of this on these guys that went on strike. Tony, over to you. Just then link it with the electricity blackout that happened total in Abuja, that happened, and the NASU and SANU.
That's a lot of questions to grapple with.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's your friend, Jude.
I will start on a lighter mood. To an average Nigeria, when you say electric workers are on strike, they don't pay you attention. Because even when they were there working full time,
Was there
Nigerians were there getting their light. The currents were never there. And interestingly, sometimes you find out that quite unlike ASU strike, ASU were not just asking for their own benefit entitlement, but equally for the interests of the Nigerian students and their progress.
Yeah.
But when you see, say, like electricity workers, they're only talking about their own entitlement, which we are not saying they are not supposed to collect, but they appears to turn blind eye to the suffering of Nigeria from their services.
Of course.
Government should listen to them, but at the same time, we want them to realize that they are working for us and that most Nigerians are not satisfied with their services. Now, when you talk about oil bunkering is synonymous with Nigeria. Every government that comes in, it's like they are not able to checkmate this bunkering. The fact is that the problem in Nigeria is not availability of government money, but the location of such money. They're always in private purse. The billionaires we have in Nigeria, if they put their heads together, we don't need to source for outside loan. But this situation in Nigeria is that if you have a group of people, north, south, east, west, who organize themselves as a cabal, they use different means to siphon our money. And when they are doing it with their peers, no matter the noise you make, no matter the number of people you arrest, at the end of the day, it's like both the media and including us are just making noise. Because arrest of corporate in Nigeria is never a problem. We are good at arresting a corporate. But the fact is that justice are never done. All this noise you think people are making about bunkering, these people, there are people in government, they are bunkering this, they are doing this bunkering for. It's like a police sergeant on checkpoint making returns to the boss in government. They will always protect them. The money we waste in bunkering today, if it's fully accounted, Nigeria, we will jumpstart Nigeria if the money petroleum are used judiciously. But these people have perfected their tactics on how to sell our oil through individual means. Bunkering or whatever name you call it, they do it every day. On a daily basis, we lose billions. We are talking of $300 million on one ship.
That is billions. Billions.
This is just one ship. And most of even the oil blocks we have are distributed among this cabal. Until new government takes control of oil blocks and manage our petroleum products, we are not going anywhere because this thing is consistent. You catch minister who have stolen such amount of money. We hear it. There's noise everywhere in social media that this person have been caught red-handed. Which jail are they serving time? How much have they recovered? And even the ones they recovered, what have they used it for? You understand? In a country where poverty level is below acceptable limit worldwide, it doesn't make sense that we make noise about this thing and justice is not done. This is like the order of the day. And at the end of the day, people kind of get tired in listening to any person who is exposing corporates, because when you expose, where do they end to? What is the end result? But we keep on saying what we are saying because that's part of our way of seeing a new Nigerian.
Yeah, it's true, Tony. I think you actually nailed it. Most of our people, They are tired. All this ranting that we are doing and whatever, they are saying, and so what is going to happen to them? You see, they just, that is the reason why sometimes we struggle to get 100 views, because people are tired. But we won't relent. We will continue to dish out all this news.
Yes.
You see, peradventure, this could become evergreen videos that we can actually refer to, you see, in years to come. That is the motivation for me. And I know that you guys have your own motivation for spending your time. Yeah. You see, out of no time to continue to do this. And in light of what you said, Tony, let me just give specific details of what actually happened. It's not that we are just ranting. This thing happened on Sunday, August 7, 2022. Personnel of the Nigerian Navy on routine patrol had observed and reported the suspicious presence of motor tanker MT Heroic Idun in Akpo oil field deep offshore Bonny. The very large crude carrier VLCC with IMO number 9858058 is a 336-meter long tanker with a carrying capacity of 299,995 metric tons. It is reportedly owned by Hunter Tankers AS, domiciled in Scandinavia, Norway, but operated by Trafigura Maritime Logistics, situated in Netherlands. The statement from the Nigerian Navy read. So we are not just saying this. This happened live. The news was actually reported in the cable on August 18, 2022. Let's just...
Can I just add one thing? Sorry, before you go. Do you know 2 years ago, Wike was everywhere chasing the bunkering in River State? How do you expect those in River State to hear this? What do you expect them to do? If foreigners can come and steal our money and go free, why should they not in River State do the same?
I think we might be making a mistake when we say foreigners. I don't think foreigners. They are just using foreign ships. It's Nigerians.
Yeah, they collected money. They collected money. It's a connive. There's a connive there between the petroleum minister, who is supposed to be the protect the oil industry, and them. So you cannot say he doesn't know about it. If he doesn't know it, if he doesn't know why is he a petroleum minister?
Yeah. You know what, Mr. Tony? My problem, and I know that you mentioned it, is that why, when this man Buhari came into power, he suspended all these contracts. A lot of things had happened in the last 7.5 years, in the past 7.5 years.
Yes.
Then at the tail end, he said, okay, come back. Who can account for what happened in the 7.5 years?
He will account for it.
And this government come out to account for what happened in the last 7.5 years.
Okay.
And nobody is talking. Do you know why I am in shock? People are just hailing Tompolo. They are hailing, it's good, you got the contract. Blah, blah, blah. He's having meetings and meetings. You know that the contract will be shared among the elders in the Niger Delta, the youths, blah, blah, blah. Okay? But what we are saying is this. Nigerians are not asking the question. What happened? What happened in the last 7.5 years?
Okay. You see, what I want us to keep on reminding ourselves is that many Nigerians are aware of this. Some of them are part of the recipients of these proceeds. It's an organized crime. My thing is that we are even talking about petroleum resources. What of those people you already have facts and figured that they were caught embezzling Nigerian money? The accountant general, is he in jail now? One of the episodes we reported about billions that was stolen. The petroleum, there's a lady that was in charge of one of NNPC.
NPA, Nigeria Port.
Okay.
I think Adisa Bala Usman. I think
Okay.
so.
You have the facts and figure of what he has stolen. What's in the end of the case?
In fact,
The thing is that Nigerians are already frustrated, and in Nigeria, if you make noise, it's either you are killed or you are kidnapped. In fact, you are telling people going to warn you to be careful how you make noise. This is a government that can operate like military. It's either you shut up your mouth or you get the consequences. So that's why we are calling on Nigerians. This is your time to change this cabal. This is the time to vote somebody of your choice. Don't join in making noise when it matters most for you to vote credible people in. You sit on the fence, and then in the next 8 years, we start blaming the cabal that are in. Vote people of your choice, of your conviction, and let INEC make sure that the free will of the people are protected, and then we're going to have safe and fair election.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Jude, in your background, I'm seeing Kamaru Usman being knocked down, and that is our guy, Anthony Joshua, who lost. Yes. Anyway, let's just move on. We have come to the last session of this program, the last part of it, and we just discussed Wike. You see, we had a couple of things to discuss, but Jude actually fast-tracked them. You see, the electricity guys' strike was actually meant to be a different topic than the NASU strike. Was actually meant to be another discussion, but then we have actually handled those. So thanks a lot, Jude, for fast-tracking our program today. So now, let's just move to Wike. You see, Wike just spoke, and I think this is coded. He said, it's a joke to rely on Rivers State to win presidential election. He said it when he was commissioning project. It was a lounge that he built in Rivers State, and he said that, listen, people will vote the PDP based on commission project. Nobody will vote the PDP because of him or because of that. Do not rely on me. Elected officials should go and work and commission project. This is by Wike. Let me just go straight to Jude. Jude, over to you. What do you think is the underlying message that Wike is trying to tell us?
Yeah, underlying message there is they are saying PDP is in disarray. Wike is a bulldozer. Wike is a man that the PDP has ignored. And Wike is only man I've seen in PDP that can portray the image of PDP. But they ignored him, they thought, but you see, he's just giving a warning to them. Atiku and Wike, they are still in saga, they are not settled. PDP is in trouble. It's really in trouble because Wike is a big figure, having been a man that have energy to work, and when he works, he speak with power, and he follow it with action. And so, if you are waiting for me to win your election, you are making a joke. And do you know what? He even said that he will choke PDP.
He said that.
He said he will choke PDP. And to follow up is the Speaker of the House of the House of Representatives. What is calling them? Abiyama say yes, choke them.
He said that.
He choked PDP. You can choke them. So everyone is tired of PDP. Wike is ignored, but Wike has strength. He has the wherewithal to do anything because he's a man of vigor, power, never get tired. Even though if people think, some people say his English is not like educated, but he doesn't care. He speaks what he wants to speak, and when he speaks, he follow it to euphoria. What can Wike do? What do you say? Then they answer him. So he's a man of power. And he said he will choke PDP. And that's a warning for them that don't rely on Wike because I will choke you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah. Because I didn't watch that, but
okay. I can come in here.
Yes, please.
I have a different opinion about Wike.
Okay.
Wike is just having adult tantrum.
Okay.
You know, we have children tantrum and we have adult one. That's exactly what Wike is suffering. Because I said it time with that number that for any person to have impact at presidential or federal level from either south-south or southeast, you must have a good handshake across the river Niger and Benue. And from all available implication, I don't think Wike has enough firepower across the southwest or up north. If you keep on making out noise without being a ground soldier, you are just wasting your time. PDP can do without Wike at present. If Wike has captured any federal level position, we can understand. But you are from the southeast and you are from the south-south, you are making noise, and you are not well connected beyond this zone. You make noise, and at the end of the day, you come out empty-handed. The PDP can do without Rivers State, can assure you.
You think the PDP can win?
Please,
No.
Without
please, can I come and
let me finish. Jude, let me finish.
All right.
What I'm saying is that every state is very important.
Mm-hmm.
But with the geopolitical zone,
mm-hmm.
the PDP can win the presidential election without Rivers State.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. So if Wike want to create an impact, the Southwest APC visited him last time. I don't think there's any agreement or contract reached. Others have been coming from other zones. What I'm saying is that if you want to be powerful, you will be powerful on the ground. You need to be a team player. You can't just be on your south-south position and think you can shake up PDP to dance to your tune.
Okay. Would you allow me to just contribute, Tony? I don't disagree with what you. I'm in total support of what you've said.
Right.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I want to tell you the power of Wike. Now let's look at PDP governors. How many PDP governors can you count as powerful as Wike? All over the.
No, I just want to ask a question. What do you understand by being powerful?
Okay, Wike is the only man that can come to the field, that can award a contract, follow it up, make sure the contractors are working, commission it, investigate it, and prosecute you.
In his own state.
In his own state, is the governor of Rivers State.
Exactly what I'm saying. It's powerful in Rivers State. It's not powerful over Nigeria.
No, Wike is the founder, one of the founders of PDP. Wike is like a board member of PDP, and that's why everyone want to have meeting with him. The APC, the Labour Party wants Wike because of his position. He has occupied there from youth. Even before he become a local government councillor, from youth, Wike has been an ardent supporter of PDP. And if he pull out,
Jude, what has he to show for that being?
No, he has
supporters. Let me come in now, please.
Okay,
please. Okay. Let me give you the analysis. During the convention, the North Central, the 6 states in the zone, Benue, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger, and Plateau were shared by Atiku, Wike, and former Senate President Bukola Saraki. So Wike played there. In the northeast, comprising Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Taraba, and Yobe. You see, Atiku is from Adamawa and he won 4 out of 6 states there, except Bauchi, which went to Governor Bala Muhammad, the own boy. and Taraba, which is shared with Mr. Wike. In Southwest, Ekiti, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, Oyo were shared between Atiku, Wike, and Saraki. You see, in the Southeast, Abia, Anambra, Enugu, and so on, Wike won. He won Abia and Enugu.
Right.
He won Abia, Enugu, and he stayed Rivers.
Right.
In the South side, Mr. Wike won all the three of the 6 states.
What did they get? What he gained from such success from
Let
the
me tell
PDP?
you what he gained. This
Okay.
is what he gained. Because you see, I am just saying that don't let us doubt Wike, okay? Because the total votes, okay, out of the total vote, Wike obtained 237 delegates, while Atiku obtained 371. The difference is only 140.
147.
It was not a landslide for Atiku.
Yeah.
So what I would just say is that, you see, I believe, and I strongly believe that Wike is powerful. Wike is not talking about the vote. You see, under the influence of Wike is not only Rivers vote. I strongly believe that Wike will influence vote across as little as maybe 6 to 7 states.
Yes.
This is my own opinion. I'm not saying you are wrong, Tony. I'm not saying that.
Please let me clear myself here. Please, guys. I am apolitical. I'm not for PDP. For the fact that I'm coming out to portray who Wike is what I've seen. So non people should judge me based on what I've seen, what I'm saying here. I'm just saying of what I've analyzed, what is going on papers, and what the figures we have at hand.
We know that, Jude. We know that on this forum. It's just that we come on this forum to give apolitical views. But on this forum, I think you are the only one that doesn't have any tent. Myself and our brother, Tony, we have our tent. But when we come online, we are apolitical.
Exactly.
Not to support anybody.
Right.
We give honest views. So this is just my own view. And as you can see, Bode George, a PDP stalwart in Lagos State, is campaigning for Wike. Is canvassing Wike for Atiku. So I'm just saying that the PDP sees the value of Wike. And they know that, and PDP is in disarray. Tony, we are closing now because we have to end it in 45 minutes. So the PDP, they are in disarray, as Jude said. And I will tell you why I think so. If you remember, last week or so, I said that Segun Showunmi, who also contested for the gubernatorial primaries in Ogun State and probably lost, is in court now. Okay, lost to Adebutu.
Okay. We can wrap up now.
Okay.
So that it will be for next day discussion.
Okay. Let us wrap up. Do you want to give a closing?
I can just very, very, very brief. We had a couple of discussions today. We are just raising a lot to Nigerians to play their own part, be it whatever concern the oil bunkering. If you see something, say something. Electricity workers, we urge the government to listen to their requests, but at the same time, let electric workers know that Nigerians are not too happy. If they get their entitlement, they should equally fight for the Nigerian masses who are remain in darkness even when they were paid. We urge the government that Nigerians are not so happy with the issue of this current award of contract to Tompolo, because they need to explain to Nigerians why this had to happen when they are on their way out of government.
Okay, Jude.
Yeah, thank you. Tony analyzed it. Tony has given us a brief, and we actually we have to speak our voice here. We have to raise our voice. Our voice matters. Every Nigerian voice matters. One vote for one person. No one is greater than the other. Wherever you are, come out, speak your voice, make a noise, shout. We are going to elect the next leaders. We are going to put them in office. They are looking for a job. We are the employer. We are going to employ them. So we have to come out and let the people know what is happening.
Okay, to finish my point, Shegun Showmi used to be the spokesperson, and I listened to him a couple of weeks ago, speaking gloriously about Atiku and condemning Wike. But then lately he was replaced with Dino Melaye. This is to show that the center is not holding in PDP.
Exactly.
Anyway, we have come to the end of today's program. We want to thank our viewers for joining us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Please join us again next week. Thank you.